Welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about the Golden Tides palette by Dedes Signature Mariam. So if you want to see this look, but also how I like the palette, if I enjoy this or not, then just keep on watching. So let's talk about it. I purchased the Golden Tides palette. This is by Dedes Signature as well as Mariam Tutorial. I did not know Mariam beforehand, but I sure fluff subscribe to her because she does amazing tutorials, makeup looks colorful. I love it. So yeah, I picked up this beautiful 9-pan palette. I told you I did, or I told you I would. This is the color story. We do have 6 matte shades and then 3 shimmer shades, which I think is an amazing amount of like mattes to shimmers, at least in my humble opinion. You don't have to agree. Listen, if you do love your shimmers, go for that. We do have, again, 6 beautiful matte shades. We do have 2 more neutral leaning shades. This one is more of a purpley brown. This one is yellow toned brown or yellow leaning brown, which I think fits perfectly in the palette, both of these shades. And then we do have like 3 more neon shades, if you will, like the light-ish kind of TD blue, the yellow, as well as the bright pink. And then we do have a red as well, which is indeed red, but if you layer it like I did and the edge of the really deep shade here, it does like have a little bit of a pink tinge, which again, normal. I do have to say, I absolutely love Dedes Signature. I have the Fearless Holiday palette from the brand and I absolutely love it. And again, this color story is just amazing. I love it. Also quite nice packed. We do have again the 3 shimmers, which I think are a great selection for me personally. And that is just me and my paler skin. I wish that there would be, of course, a really light shade here as well, but I don't have, listen. I do have not enough highlighters that I can substitute with. You see, I did use the teal shade in my look as an inner corner highlight. It works. Is it my favorite? No. Would I maybe like use a white on top of that to brighten that up a little more? Probably. But I think this one is also like, I have it here. This is pretty. I would say this is a great, like on the lid shade. It's not my favorite, like inner corner highlight, I would say, but again, I don't mind. I really don't. I think the color story itself is so pretty, and the owner of Dedes Signature as well as Mariam are both POC, so I mean, for them this is working amazingly, just saying. It's like a pale ass girl, you know, first world problem, if you will. Absolutely love the look. I will show you in the tutorial. I had so much fun using the palette. Listen, these are highly pigmented. You need a tiniest amount. These ones are also, I feel like, a creamier formula, if you will, except the really deep shade. That one is a little bit more stiff, but listen, that does not mean it is not pigmented and it did not blend well, because I used this as the first shade and it like blended amazingly. It was highly pigmented. So this one is the only that has a little bit texture wise a little bit more stiff in comparison to the other like 5 creamy mattes. But to be honest, they blend amazingly. They look stunning. The teal, by the way, this one is indeed like layering on top of the bright pink like a dream. I have to say, I highly recommend this palette. If you don't like looked into Dedes Signature, highly recommend that too, because again, I do have the Fearless Holiday and I loved that palette. First of all, because of the color story, it was bright, it was fun, it was so good. The shimmers as well. I feel like these ones, if you want to have them opaque, you can like build them up or like layer them with your fingers. I like sprayed it and I feel like I have like a little bit of the teal here. I feel like it is also sheer if you wanted to. You know what I mean? I think if you build it up, it can be opaque, but if you want to sheer down, it can be as well. As you see here, this one is quite opaque. I spritzed both of them with a setting spray. I do enjoy it. I love it. I love the color story as well. You can do a ton of things with it. You can go in a more neutral direction with these 2 colors and maybe the yellow if you like that. Or you can go again in a more fun direction with the like the teal with the pink or the red. I know that a ton of people probably like maybe are a little bit scared of the red, but to be honest, I think in like together with this color or even with this color, it could look really, really gorgeous. And then maybe with this one is an orangey with a red undertone, which is stunning. I again swatched these. I did not use it in the look today, but I used these two. And I think except for that shade here, I used all the other shades. And again, this one. These two I did not use in the look, but all the other shades are involved in this gorgeous, stunning look. So I highly recommend it. Quality-wise, amazing. I really, really enjoy these. And again, you will see in my tutorial that this is just like a stunning, creamy look. And I did not have any problems like doing the look at all. Like highly pigmented, super buttery formula, beautiful shimmers. So yes, yes, yes on that part. So let's start with my tutorial. If you want to see that, then stay tuned. And if you don't, subscribe, just saying. Welcome to my face. Let's play with the, well, that was not right. Let's play with the Golden Tides palette. I am so excited. I feel like you can definitely go in a more neutral direction with like these two shimmers and then the browns. And then you could add the yellow if you love that. Or you could go into the fun direction, which I'm totally want to do today. We will start, I think, with Cocoa Drift, which is the deepest shade. I felt like it works the best. I love to like start with the deepest colors just because I get the depth I want. So that's what we are starting with. And let's deepen up the outer corner. Let's see. I put some eye primer down as per usual. So I'm like already excited about this. I do have, by the way, if you love that like purpley brown shade with like a light blue or teal, or you don't want to have a 9 pan, you want to have a 4 pan, I do have the Girl Cult one that has the same like color vibes, just like the 4 colors, like the deepish purplish brown, the really, really light pale blue. And then there are 2, like a silvery and a bluish holochromatic shimmer, just so you know. Like, look at this. I love it. I was not like expecting different like payoff, to be honest. Like, look at that color. This is so gorgeous. This is more of a purpley brownish shade, which, to be honest, is probably working amazingly with the pink, the red, the yellow, as well as the blue. And I love the color. I will do that on the lower lash line as well, and I will be right back with the next shade. By the way, I did this with the Refer 13 Mini. Just use a small brush. Okay, listen. My next decision is maybe questionable, but I do want to add really nice and bright colors, at least to this look. So that's why we're going in with the red. Yes, you heard that right. This is a Fiery Horizon and a Horizon. And I will use the Refer 13. So technically, did I just say it's the 13 Mini? I will place a little bit of, like, look at this pigment. I will place a little bit like of the pigment and like on my hand and just tap it in the brush, because I don't want to have like a ton of pigment. I want to blend out that shade and I don't want to like overdo it. Let's say like this. I do want to add, by the way, the, ooh, that worked amazingly. Do you see that? Ooh, again, just don't add too much to it. I do want to add, I will go a little bit more inside my lid space, because I do want to add in that like corner the bright pink, because why not? Just saying. So that's why I want to add, like, look at this. This is really gorgeous. It looks, to be honest, and I did not swatch these yet, but this is looking, to be honest, quite pinky red. We'll see in the swatches. You saw the swatches already, but if you like blend it out like this, I'm pretty sure you can like lay it on thick to be a reddish color. But in that case, it looks more of a pink, which I'm totally fine with. Let's add Golden Hour, which is the yellow. This is a ref of 14, so we are going up there in sizing. And I will just like blend the edges. I also tapped off a little bit of the product on the back of my hand, just to again tap a little bit off the hand so it's not too pigmented. Again, I'm blending. I don't want to have it too pigmented because I feel like it is helping me at least to blend out the shades a little bit better. If you don't need to, don't do it, but I feel like it's helping me at least in that case. Look at this. This is looking, listen, trust the process. We will add the pink because listen, I am so excited to add that here. We're using Tropical Bloom, which is the pink, and we were using this on the Blend Bunny BO1. Just adding a little bit. By the way, these are like quite powdery, if you will. I'm adding a little bit, like, look at this. I'm just stamped a little bit of the pigment off just in case. And we will go in more of the inner third of my lid. We can blend this out later if we need be. Like, look at this. Ooh, that is pretty. I definitely think that's a little bit too much pigment here. But look at this. This is bright. If you're as pale as me, this is like almost neon level. I did like swiped a little bit of the color and we will just blend that. Same brush, just a little bit so that everything is blended and we don't looking too harsh because that's not what we want. Just saying. And listen, I will not clean that up like on the lid. You could do. To be honest, I'm a little bit over the cut crease thing. And I'm pretty sure, like look at this, isn't that cute? I think I want to use a little bit of the pink. By the way, I just used like some residue that I have here on the lower lash line as well. Just a little bit. Again, same brush, still the BO1 by Blend Bunny. You can add more if you wanted to. Not too much though. Just like this. That is kind of cute because I do want to use the blue on the lid. And then again, we will see about the shimmers. But so far, I really enjoy it. Let's go on. I have a little bit of lid space, as you can tell. And we will using Aqua Lagoon. Is it Aqua Lagoon? Yes, it is Aqua Lagoon. There. I'm just putting that on, just saying. I have full on, like, look at this pigmentation. Yours. And I will bring it quite, to be honest, in the yellow. Listen, none of these colors, I'm not sure about the brightness of the yellow, but none of these colors, at least not the mattes, are like my kind of bright for an inner corner. Now you have to keep in mind these palettes are done by Dedes Signature as well as Mariam Tutorials, which both are POC, so these colors are amazing for the inner corners. I am pale as a ghost, so of course they are not, but look at this. I love it. So let's just blend a little bit into the pink with the teal color as well as the deep shade. To be honest, these blend really nicely. Like, look at this. They're really blending really nicely. Don't have anything. And look at the pigmentation. Like, this is like cutting out things. I'm just saying. I'm using the same brush I used for the pink, just to blend out the tealy shade. But look at that. I don't think, like, listen. I also used like the first brush we used for the deepest shade. Look at that pigmentation of that light blue. I mean, can we just like leave it like this? This is gorgeous. This is stunning. Look at this. I absolutely love it. I do want to add the shimmer at least a little bit. Let me add the shimmer a little bit because listen, I can't not use it because it's gorgeous. But I would have, if I wouldn't have like did this video, I would probably just keep it like this because it's stunning. And I love the matte colors. Like, look at that. Of course, you could leave any of these steps out, just replace it. Again, you could just, if you don't want to like blend it with the red or the yellow, you could just use the pink. Doesn't matter, but I would leave it like this. But again, we do want to try the shimmers as well, so we're bringing in the teal shimmer. Again, we're using the shimmer just because of you, because we need to see if the shimmer is amazing. But I used Tidal Wave, which you see is these bright blue. I love it. This is, by the way, the Refer Mini 2. So we're just plopping that a little bit, like not even at the end. I just want to have like a little bit of a reflect on the lid. Nothing more. Again, you could go further, lighter, like go more in the center on the outer corner, but I love it. I so much love it. It is so pretty. Again, this is just like a little bit of something because I do want to like add the shade. Like, look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? This is again Tidal Wave. It's one of the shimmer. I'm thinking about like adding that one as well, which is Pearl Glow. But to be honest, let me add that one maybe in the like lower lash. Yeah, let's do this. By the way, I did spritz both of the shimmers, the Tidal Wave as well as the Pearl Glow, with a little bit of setting spray. That is nice. That is really nice. I won't go too close in my inner corner because I do want to have the teal pop. But I'm just dragging that a little bit, like on the inner lower lash line. There's where my folds are. That's why I'm doing that, like squinting my eyes like this, so I see the fold and can go with that. That is kind of cute, isn't it? It's also like giving in the warmth from the outer corner. Ooh, I like it. I like it a lot. Ooh, yes, yes, totally. Let me finish this up with some liner and lashes and I'll be right back. This is the finished look. I absolutely love it. Like, look at this. So pretty. I did add some light blue liner. This is by NYX, and this is the Blue Trip Brown. You could use like any tealy bluey one you have. I wish that this one would be a little bit more teal, but I think it works. It works. And then for lashes, I use the Allure. These ones are the Azure Silk Effect. I'm not sure if they are still existing. Use whatever you have, whatever you love, whatever you like. I prefer with this bright and bold of an eye, a bright bold lash. You could do a natural one, but I feel like with these colors, it's just not cutting it. You know what I mean? I really hope you loved this tutorial. I do have to say, I am super excited about the palette, about the colors in the palette. I also definitely want to try the more neutral route. Maybe I'm doing a tutorial as a reel or like a short or a TikTok, whatever you float with that. But yeah, I'm totally loving this and I absolutely love the look. Love it. And again, I love the combination of these two. I definitely want to try more. I want to also try the other shimmers as well. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. I hope you did as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, subscribe to this channel. I would love to have you in my smaller YouTube family. If you want to see more looks and maybe some special color combination for that palette, write it in the comments so I know. I wish you a beautiful week and we see us in my next video. So bye guys.